Okay, so today we are going to be talking about pollution. So do you guys know what pollution is?
It like hurts the earth because it's like gas. The gas from cars, like a lot of gases.
Yes, that is very correct. Any other?
It doesn't like it's bad air.
Yes, it makes bad air. Anyone else have anything else to add?
It makes global warming.
Yes, it makes global warming. Any more? So what are some examples of things that we do as humans and happen in
Gas from cars. Gas from cars.
gas from cars? That is completely correct. Any other examples?
Carbon dioxide.
Yes, that's what comes from cars.
But the plants in the world just like eat the carbon dioxide.
Yes, oh, you know a lot about this topic. So pollution is contaminants or like particles that negatively affect our natural environment that we live in. So other examples can be oil spills. That is when like a lot of oil spills into the ocean and it's super, super bad for all the marine life in the ocean. And then all the plastic. Have you guys heard about our plastic issue?
Yeah. Like there's this big island in the ocean
Yes.
that's full of plastic.
That's in the ocean. It's just a huge lump that's like formed an island of just plastic and garbage that we created.
Yeah.
Okay. So, our first vocabulary is pollutant, which is a substance introduced to the environment that contributes undesirable effects. So, do you guys know any of any pollutants?
Like the cars gas, which
Gas pollutant. Oil's a pollutant.
plastic.
Yes, plastic. Okay. So there are three common types of pollution. There's air pollution, water pollution, and land pollution. So does anyone have any ideas of what air pollution is?
The gas from cars. That's the air pollution.
Yeah. So
The water pollution is the plastic. Yeah.
The land pollution is kind of like litter and all those.
yes, that's very correct. So the air pollution is chemicals that are released into the air through activities such as burning fuels, which is used in cars and factories. Water pollution is toxins from humans or other industrial activities that are released into the water. So this is an example of oil spills. And also water pollution can include plastic that's in the ocean. And then land pollution, waste material by humans that accumulate on the Earth's surface. So this includes our garbage dumps and fertilizer for plants. Okay, so the main source of pollution is us, humans. So how do you think we contribute to pollution?
You drop stuff on the floor to pollute parks and places.
That's litter. Any other ways?
We use cars and the car's gas thingy gets out and
Carbon dioxide.
yeah, it gets out and air pollution.
But the plants can help. But people are cutting down trees, which trees are super good with this.
Yes, and do you know that down trees?
And trees give us air, so to cut it down, you have air and carbon dioxide.
Yes, trees produce oxygen. So if we don't have enough oxygen, we can't breathe. Dylan, do you have any other ideas of how we contribute to pollution?
Dumping oil into the ocean.
Yes, oil spills in the ocean. Okay, So, some of the causes include improper disposal of garbage, which means instead of putting it in a trash can or putting something that's recyclable in a recycling can, you just throw it on the ground or even throw it into the ocean, which is even worse. But did you know that anything you throw onto the ground will at some point get into the ocean because it'll be blown by wind, it'll go into a sewer pipe?
Yeah.
That's dropped on the ground will end up in the ocean, which is super, super bad. Then there's also transportation, which you guys were talking about before. How cars produce a bunch of gases into the environment that is very, very harmful and makes global warming, like I think Dylan said, global warming. And there's fertilizing plants. And then there's using non-reusable plastic items that, in the same thing, just get tossed, not into trash cans, or even get tossed into garbage dumps, and that just pollutes the environment because there's just so much garbage. So, why do you think pollution matters? Does anyone have any ideas? Why do you think it matters that we're hurting the environment?
It harms when the water pollution and lots of animals might eat it and can die.
Yeah.
Like animals in the ocean.
Yeah, like animals in the ocean, they take it for
And
food.
they'll eat it. And they're like, that's it.
Yes, did you know that 52% of sea turtles have eaten plastic?
Yeah, they're the ones that don't really understand.
Yes, have you heard about the seagulls that get those, you know how your cans come with the little plastic wrap around it? The seagulls get that stuck on their neck, so they suffocate and they can't breathe anymore.
Oh. But how does it go right around their neck?
From them just in the ocean and just goes on top of their head.
Oh.
Yes, it's very bad. So also animals don't know the difference between plastic and food. So they eat plastic thinking it's food, and it gets stuck in their esophagus, which is your throat, and then because they choke on it. So there's also too much carbon emissions that we do, which is from burning fossil fuels, which is making energy basically. So the way we create energy that's not green energy is burning fuels, and that produces a lot of bad chemicals into the environment as well. And this does lead to global warming.
And then global warming, the sun gets hotter and hotter, and then like the iceberg like melts, and then like it gets floody in the ocean and stuff.
So yeah, global warming is basically we're trapping all these chemicals into our atmosphere, and our atmosphere is just not letting them go anymore, which is causing our world to heat up a lot. And that causes, like you were saying, icebergs to melt because it's just overall way hotter.
Yeah.
And we're also contaminating our water sources because we actually don't have that much fresh water on this earth, which is weird to think about because over half our planet's water, but it's all salt water that we can't ingest.
Yeah.
So our first activity, we're going to make a pollution catcher so you can see how much pollution and how many pollutants are in your house. Okay, so even though the air appears to be clear, there's actually a lot of pollutants in it. And if you live in California, you know there's a bunch of pollution in our air right now because of all the fires around.
Yeah.
Very, very, like we can't even go outside some days.
Yeah.
So they come from gases and even like natural fires that are wildfires that we didn't create, but they still produce a bunch of pollutants into the air. So this might look a little confusing, but this is how the gases pollute our air, and it's just a little combustion reaction. So reactions occur when a substance reacts with oxygen. In this case, we're using methane as the substance that's reacting with oxygen, and that's using carbon dioxide and H2O. Do you guys know what H2O is?
Yes.
Water.
Water, yes. So it's creating the vapor form of H2O into the air. So this is commonly seen, this type of reaction with methane is seen when you're burning wood for like fires or something. And if you're burning charcoal, you usually get this combustion reaction.
Yeah.
And that's the combustion reaction that also creates carbon dioxide. Okay, so particulates are very small pieces of solid or liquid substances that are floating into the air. So here are some examples. And so do you see what's right next to us? Or like a photo?
Fires?
Yeah, the fire.
Because they just burn their garbage.
Yeah, so some people
And then
don't.
once they burn it, and then it makes smoke.
You can also see in the image all the gas, all this black stuff where it's kind of tainted. That's pollution just going into the air from burning their garbage because they don't have access to waste disposal.
And,
But then how do you break up plastic? Because it's hard to decompose plastic. It'll take like years to decompose plastic.
Yeah,
The ocean.
started doing because plastic basically doesn't decompose like at all because it takes a very, very long time, like you were saying. So what we started doing is we started reusing the plastic and creating it into other things. So like if I have a plastic cup, they'll melt my plastic cup down and they'll add it into something else that will be used in previous, so that we keep reusing the same plastic and we aren't making more plastic. So
how is plastic made?
I do not know the answer to that question, but you can probably search it up sometime on the internet and see how plastic is made.
Yeah.
But so in India, it's very common to do these open burnings of garbage.
Wait, they do that a lot in India.
Yeah. Most people do it because they don't have that much place to put that much.
Yeah, they can't like melt it. It's very hard. They don't have that much like electrical.
Yeah.
Because like
So there's no way for them to dispose of it. So the only way they can dispose of it is burning it, which is very harmful to the environment and even human health because we shouldn't be breathing in all these chemicals. And that's why when there's fires outside, we can't go outside. We have to stay inside to protect our lungs because the chemicals in the air is really, really bad for us.
Like what they can do is they can like American can take like once in like 3 months, an American can take a big plane and come down to India and take all the garbage and then come back to America and then like dispose of it there.
Yeah,
Melt it, yeah.
it's a very good idea. Okay, so I listed this in the beginning, and I don't know if you joined the call late. Well, not late, but I put it in the chat, but I don't know if everyone can see it in the chat. I need everyone to get their paper plate, a little piece of yarn, a hole puncher or a pencil just to punch a hole into the paper plate. And then you're gonna need some Vaseline and some markers, but the markers are optional.
Okay. Can you give us like a minute or two?
I'll give you guys a little bit of time to go get all your materials. We're gonna start by punching 2 holes, like right here and here, just so we can hang this up, okay? So just 2 holes at the top so it's possible to hang it up. So they should be about like 2 inches apart.
where do we punch the hole?
So you see where I punched that hole? Just at
On the
the
top, like on the side, like this, where my fingers are.
But you want to punch them like 2 inches apart, like right here. So
Oh, okay.
this is one of where my fingers are right now. So you can hang it up like that. Okay, so you want to punch the holes like that?
Like a little bit away from each other, but
Yeah, about 2 inches. Now it's giving time to do that.
And then yarn, scissors.
And if you're using a pencil, you want to very carefully, I don't have a pencil with me right now, but I'll use this as an example. You want to very carefully make sure your hand's not behind it because then your hand's going to get poked. But you just want to push, you want to hold it so that there's tension on it and just push your pencil straight through the thing. But want to make sure that on the other side there are no hands so you don't poke yourself. Okay. First, we're going to start by punching 2 holes either with your hole puncher or with a pencil, and you want them about 2 inches apart on the top. And here's my example.
So my plate is hanging. Like, do I tie a knot on the top?
Yes.
So there's like a big loop so you can put.
Yes, so that's the next part. So you're going to stick your piece of string through this so you can make a little loop like this, so it loops through so I can hold it, and then you're just going to tie a knot so it makes a full circle so you can hang it.
You can't poke my hole.
You can poke your hole. Are you a pencil or a mechanical pencil?
Mechanical.
It might be easier if you use a real pencil because they have harder lead.
Easier if you put a scissor in it first and then just make a small hole and then put the pencil in to make that perfect round shape.
Yes, and it doesn't matter if it's perfectly round.
Yeah, mine kind of came out in like a sideways slit.
Yeah, perfect. So everyone got their. Let me know when you got this. And while we're waiting for people to finish lacing this in, this is an optional step, but on one side, you can draw a picture of a clean planet.
Do we do it like in this area, like the front area where there's
No, do it on the back of the plate.
earth?
So just draw anything you want, but since this is going to be a pollutant catcher, you can draw like a clean planet on the back because you're helping the environment.
String, I need. Well, I can't poke a hole. How do you poke it? Do you have a picture of anything to poke a hole with?
You use this?
Yeah, of course. You can use whatever you want to color it.
Thanks. Another one. 2 inches away. 2 inches away. No, not there. Like here somewhere. We're 2 inches away from there. And I put the yarn.
I can't poke a hole. I poke
Oh yeah, perfect. Do you have a scissor with you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want to try poking the hole? Like if this is your scissor, just use it together and just push really hard. But you want to make sure you put tension on both sides so it doesn't bend. So you want to hold both sides with your hands and make sure your hands aren't behind it and just poke a hole really hard through it.
What do you do with the yarn?
Oh, I did it.
What do you do with the yarn again?
So you're gonna lace the yarn through the 2 holes and then tie a knot at the top so it makes a little loop and you can hang this.
Hey, I did it. Yay.
Good job. Perfect. Okay, does everyone have their hanging plate?
No, not yet.
Yay.
And while we're waiting for everyone to get it, you can draw a little happy earth on the back of your guys' plate.
Okay.
Green markers.
Okay, I don't know how to draw an earth.
Look at the photo she has.
There's a photo up there. And it doesn't have to be good. Look at mine. I just drew some lumps of green that are the land, and then I outlined it in blue, and then I drew a happy face on it because it's happy. But we're gonna move on to the next step, okay? And you can finish drawing this at a different.
Yeah.
Oh, I love yours. That's gorgeous.
The little tiny.
Okay, so we're gonna cover the front of your plate with Vaseline. So I have my Vaseline right here, and it doesn't have to be thick. It can be a very thin layer of Vaseline.
Later.
Put some Vaseline on.
Yeah, and you just want to make a very thin layer of Vaseline on your whole entire plate.
Yeah. Okay. Like a thin layer, a super thin layer.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just want to put one layer, so you can barely see because Vaseline's kind of clearish. You can kind of see how my plate's a little sticky on the top or in the front.
Well, this is gonna be the pollution place. I know it. This is gonna be the pollution. Hey,
Very good for technique.
it.
Okay. And I would recommend I use the back of a spoon, but you can use other things
Yeah, I think I should get a spoon. I think that's really good.
that might help to spread the back.
Just do like a tiny bit of. Wait, do we need the Vaseline? Anyone want to?
Oh no, this is the only part you need.
I think the spoon is like a really good idea.
But like,
Yes, it makes it very easy to, if you use the back of the spoon, since it's kind of flattish, it's easy to rub it.
I just use my finger.
Yep, that works too.
Yeah, this is a really good idea. The spoon.
Is lip balm a Vaseline?
We need.
Oh, the spoon idea is so good. So easy to do it
Is lip balm Vaseline?
because of the spoon.
What?
Is lip balm Vaseline?
You can use it as Vaseline, yeah.
Yeah, I already did it because of the spoon idea.
Okay, so now we're gonna take the pollution catcher we made and we're gonna hang it up somewhere, and you're gonna wait 1 to 2 weeks, and you're just gonna look at it and you're gonna observe all these small black dots are gonna start appearing on your pollution catcher because they stuck to the Vaseline on your catcher, and those are the pollutants that are in the air sticking to the catcher. So I can kind of already see some black dots that have appeared onto mine. So if I hang it up for 1 to 2 weeks, I'm gonna see a bunch more black dots on my pollution catcher.
Oh wait, I only see one small one right here.
Yeah, they're gonna start appearing.
Wait, what the heck? I think I see them on my hands.
So wait, you just hang it on like a tree branch or something?
Yeah, you can hang it anywhere that you have like a little hook to hang it on.
Now I have black dots appearing on my hands. What? I'm even kidding.
Okay, so we'll wait for everyone to finish their catcher. If you have any Vaseline on your hands, go wash your hands right now. So
Can we like put it like outside or something so I can catch more black dots?
especially in California, if the winds change and the fires start coming towards your area again, you're gonna probably see a lot of black dots on this because there's gonna be a bunch of smoke in the air. And a lot of the pollutants are gonna get stuck.
Wow. So this is the pollution catcher.
Yes, it is. I'm just gonna hang mine up right there.
So can we like, hang it up inside our house?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
hang it up anywhere you want, and then you're gonna see all the pollutants getting stuck to it.
Okay. Let me go.
Okay, once you guys are done, we're gonna do some discussion questions so we can talk about what we just did. So we're just gonna go on to the discussion questions. So what are some notable causes of air pollution? And do you think it's always visible? Like when there's smoke, we can definitely see the smoke in the sky. Do you think there's other things that are not as visible?
Fogs is visible.
Yes, but other types of air pollution that aren't visible?
Right. I can't think of any.
Gas, carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide, but we know it's in the air. Also methane in the air that we can't see, but we know it's there. And some causes of pollution are wildfires and humans. We're one of the biggest causes of pollution. How do you think we can reduce our contributions to air pollution?
Like buy more electric cars. I think I heard something on the news about like Joe Biden's gonna stop like all the gas cars in the world. He's gonna stop selling them.
So yeah, in California, they want to try to get rid of all gas cars by 2035, which is super, super soon. And they want to change everything to electric cars, which is very, very soon to change a lot of cars. But it's
We need to make
the environment.
electric cars.
Yeah.
They're much better.
I thought batteries are polluted more than gasoline.
Yeah, they're still a little harmful, but like they're at least a lot better than gas cars.
It also depends where you're getting your energy source from, because burning fossil fuels to get energy is super harmful for the environment because it's like releasing gas into the air. But like through solar panels and other ways, there's easier ways of getting electricity that's safer for the environment, of course. Okay, so can everyone come back so we can start our next activity? We're going to learn about oil spill cleanup. So, some causes of oil spills are natural disasters, including hurricanes, when equipment breaks down and releases oil into the ocean, and then when there's accidents with like pipelines breaking and oil refineries that release a lot of oil into the ocean, as you can see here. So, what are some effects of oil spills? It really affect animals because it gets stuck to their fur and they can't get it out. Which, the reason animals can't get the oil off their fur is because oil can, when it mixes with water and solidifies, can be hard. That's hard to remove. Okay, so I already said this. So we're gonna start with step one. One to fill each bowl with water, but not all.
You don't need them.
Fill a little bit of your bowl with water, okay? So an easier way to do this is go get like a container and go fill your container with water and bring it back so you can pour a little water into each bowl. Okay?
I can just go to the sink with these and just like fill them up and come back here.
And once you fill them with water, I want you to put a splash of oil into each of them. Not a lot of oil, just a little. And then when you do that, you can see how water repels oil and they don't mix.
Okay, sad. Oh, like bubbles should come.
No, but you can just see like how the oil doesn't fully mix into the water. So for this activity, we're gonna try different methods of extracting the oil from the water, and we're gonna see which method is the best to get oil out of the water.
Okay. I filled all of them up.
Fill all of them up?
Yeah.
I'm still filling.
Okay. So you're gonna put a splash of oil into each of them?
Do we have to like put a lot or?
No, just a splash. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're gonna put in some food coloring, a different color for each of the containers.
I don't think we have food coloring.
Oh, it's okay. This isn't a big step. And then you're just gonna mix it in.
What's step 2?
You're just gonna put a splash of oil into.
A splash. Okay.
I see bubbles in the water.
Yes.
the oil's like disappearing.
Okay, so
Anyway, I'm not done.
Do we have to mix the oil?
you don't want to mix it in.
Do I mix in the color?
And food coloring now?
Do we mix in the food coloring?
Mix it into the oil. And then we're gonna try 3 different ways to get the oil out of the water. So our first way is going to be by spoon, which means you're going to use a plastic.
Wait, I'm really not there yet. I'm still mixing the color.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna explain this for people to start doing it. So we're gonna just use a plastic spoon and one of your plastic cups, and you're gonna try to get out as much oil as possible with the spoon and put it into your cup.
I only have one color of food coloring.
Oh, it's okay. Then just put it into one
Mix
of them.
some color.
But do we need another like container to like take the oil out?
To put the oil in, yeah.
But I got a lot of oil out.
Okay, perfect. So use your spoon. This is as much oil I got out of mine. It's definitely not all of the oil because I can see a bunch more.
Wait, let me try.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing's coming out.
I want everyone to try.
Wow, I got my whole food out of plain oil.
And try your hardest not to get out in your cup. You just want to get the oil out.
You can, after some time, the oil like dries up, like in the water, just turns like white, but you can still see it. You can still see like a faint.
Should I put food coloring in all 3 of them or just one?
From the food coloring. Try to get the.
Yeah, look, this is all I got from mine.
Oh. Yeah, you see, it's very hard to get oil out with a spoon, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna use a cotton ball. For bowl number 2, you're gonna try to.
Oh, I think cotton ball is gonna be super good. I think cotton ball is gonna be
It's gonna be good.
Can we like
work.
throw away the spoon now?
Yeah, you don't need to spoon. But before you do that, let's make sure to get everything out with a cotton ball. Or try your hardest to get everything out with a cotton ball.
Okay, so I think the water will get in the oil.
Wait, yeah, can we use the same container, but can we like put the
All the
oil back
oil
in
came
the
out
cup?
on mine.
Can we put the oil back?
In the same container, it doesn't matter.
The oil is coming, but not the water.
Okay, yeah, cotton ball.
But things even smell like
Okay, has everyone done their cotton ball? I had a really,
That's 5 again?
you're just gonna be taking out with a spoon. So you're gonna, for one of the cups, you're gonna try to take out all the oil with a spoon. For the second bowl, you're gonna try to take out all the oil with a cotton ball. And then for the third one, we're gonna use our handy dish soap, and we're gonna try to take the oil out with the dish soap.
oh, do we have to mix it in?
Yeah, so you're gonna add some dish soap and mix it in with a spoon.
I can tell what's oil and what's water.
Wait, I didn't do the cotton ball thing yet.
Oh, it's okay, do it now.
So,
I think the blue one.
what do we do with the cotton ball? Just put it inside?
And try to soak up all the oil.
Oh, I know what this dish soap does. It'll separate it makes the oil go to the edge and everything.
Yes.
I think the cotton ball works the best.
Well,
No.
it's the dish soap.
Wait, I got all the oil out with my thing. Because look, when I put the dish soap in, all the oil went to the side, and now I can see the oil.
Yeah, that is very correct. The dish soap separates the water and oil so it doesn't mix at all. And so then you can see every oil particle in it so you can get all the oil out.
Yeah.
Let me get like the dish soap.
This one was my spoon, and nothing came out. This one only a tad bit of water, and all the things came in, and this one, the oil came out.
Yeah, see?
But I have different colors, so it's simpler to know. You had the soap, so it worked.
Is it okay?
Yellow didn't work.
Is it okay about the color of the dish soap?
The color doesn't matter. You're only gonna use a little bit and put it in.
How much?
Just a little bit, just a dash.
2 teaspoons, 1 teaspoon.
Wait, what? The dish soap is like taking all the oil to like the sides of the thing.
That's what I did. And then same thing happened for me.
Wait, what? How is it doing that?
How is it doing that?
I don't know.
Think about that. So we all agree that the dish soap
There's olive
is
oil.
the best. Why do you think that is?
I don't.
Oil goes to the side. So can we throw the water
I
away
mean, I
now?
think the spoon is the worst, right?
Yeah.
And then the cotton ball is the second best.
Mm-hmm.
The second best. And like the dish soap is the best.
Yes.
Now you can like see all the stuff and you can just.
So imagine this is only a tiny bowl with a tiny bit of oil. Imagine an ocean that got dumped a huge amount of oil into it. Imagine how hard that is to get all that oil out.
We'll have to get so much dish soap that it won't even be possible.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen the Dawn soap advertisements, but they advertise their dish soap for cleaning out ducks that get the oil stuck in their fur. Because the dish soap helps clean off all the oil and water mixture that forms the tar on their fur. The tar-like stuff.
Oh.
Does. So this experiment is basically showing us that it's super, super hard to clean up these oil spills.
Yeah.
So we have to be very, very careful.
You have to get like a million of these to clean up it. Like not even a million, probably a billion or something.
And if you add this into the real world, not only is it greater in size, there's also like wind that moves the oil to all different parts of the ocean. And there's like water flows in different directions. So the oil is just going to be like, if it spills in one point, you can find it in a whole different area in the ocean because it's going to move around, which makes it even harder to clean up the oil spills.